Hopefully it's not too confusing because this is honestly a tangent, but a lot of times we even exist and we allow people to write our stories as if we're dead, as if we're gone, as if our story has concluded, as if we have no authority over our life, over our story, when in fact we're the narrative. As my family and I process the transcendence of my biological grandfather, one of the biggest things that I have to remind myself, furthermore reminding my family, furthermore reminding his children, is that you should never place words, feelings, intentions within a person that is transitioned and cannot confirm that for themselves. Like if I passed on, I would hate for someone to tell other people about how I felt, and I can neither confirm nor deny those sentiments because I'm no longer in existence to where I can confront these questions or these inquiries or these statements that are being spoken. Like one of the biggest things that I encourage my mother, as she is the daughter of my grandfather, is that you should not place your feelings on another person. You should never even place the sentiments from pre-existing conversations within the realm of his general existence. You know what I mean? Like you can't take from certain areas of his life to create a narrative that best fits your own. There's so many different perspectives that I've heard of my grandfather, and to a degree that is their personal truth, but it will never counteract or overpower the truest truth. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this is making any sense, but there's some people that'll be like, this, that, and the third. And then there's other people who'll be like, this, that, and the third. And then there are other people that be like, this, that, and the third. And the only reason why I'm saying this, that, and the third is because I don't want to get into specifics. But everybody will express their sentiment of a person in different ways. And they will enhance or amplify certain characteristics or personality traits and or qualities of that person that represents a facet of the multifaceted vessel he was. And I just say all this to say, never let someone rewrite your story. So long as you have lungs and air flowing through them, so long as you have words to speak and they can be spoken, so long as you have a heart that is beating, vessels and veins and arteries that have blood flowing in and out of them, so long as you are of existence within this realm of existence and you can physically address any inquiry, any statement, any conversation surrounding your narrative and the character you are within your story, speak on it. Narrate that. Illustrate that. It's your story. Never allow someone to narrate your own story and you're still of existence within this realm of existence. I've never allowed someone to detail my life. And if I have, I've never allowed them the opportunity to finalize their saying in print. You know what I mean? Like they may have had the rough draft with the pencil, but I've finalized every aspect of my story. I've consented to every finalized revision of my life. Hopefully it's not too confusing because this is honestly a tangent, but a lot of times we even exist and we allow people to write our stories as if we're dead, as if we're gone, as if our story has concluded, as if we have no authority over our life, over our story, when in fact we're the narrative. We're the narrator. We're the author. We're the illustrator. We're the characters of our story. We're the protagonist and the antagonist of our story before we even conclude, supporting characters. If that makes any sense. Like, our story is our story. So many people want to have a saying in it because they contributed to that story. Maybe your parents, maybe your grandparents, your aunties, your uncles, your cousin, everybody that contributed to your story. They feel like they know your story more than you know your story. They feel like they can tell you who your character is within your own story, as if they experienced your story or even conceived your story in the way that you conceived it, to contextualize it in this theoretical, hypothetical book of life. You know what I mean? Like, no. When I write poems, when I create the content that I present on YouTube, I know exactly where my inspiration came from. I know exactly how I experienced my experiences. So I could never allow someone to elaborate upon a story that they've only merely consumed and digested, yet they did not create or add any substance to my story. You know what I mean? Don't allow people to tell you who you are just because they know what you've been through. Don't allow people to use your story against you because on the pages they've read your experience as if they can further dictate how it is to be concluded. All they can do is assume. But nobody can finalize your story but you.